months after our first WGN Investigates report on questionable spending by South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard, it appears she has been forced off the ballot.
Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, who was appointed to that position tonight, lost her bid for the Democratic Party's nomination in this rarely used.
Though the drama surrounding her career reached a new level of intensity after a dramatic series of events, Henyard, the embattled mayor of Dothan, Illinois, and the supervisor of Thornton Township lost the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township supervisor in a rare caucus orchestrated by her political rival state senator Napoleon Harris. She has once again found herself at the center of a political storm, a barrage of accusations. Threats of legal action and accusations of corruption ensued, highlighting the turbulent character of her political journey.
Wants to run for supervisor again, it will have to be as a write-in candidate.
A Democratic Party caucus was held at the Homewood Flossmoor Park District Auditorium to select the candidates for several Shorten Township jobs, including the highly sought-after supervisor position. The atmosphere was electrifying as hundreds of people braved the cold to cast their ballot. Henyard, who had been appointed to the supervisor position after Frank Zuccarelli passed away, was hoping to guarantee her place on the ballot. But things quickly went wrong when the mayor-turned-supervisor Henyard's name was removed from the ballot for a technicality. Specifically, her ticket lacked a certified assessor, making her slate invalid and incomplete under caucus rules. With his own slate completely intact, Napoleon Harris, the state senator and chairman of the Thornton Township Democratic Committee, took the chance. Henyard was sidelined and furious that Harris was able to easily gain the supervisor nomination. "You didn't handle any of this correctly," Henyard allegedly yelled at Harris following the announcement of the illegitimate result. Napoleon, her followers echoed her accusations of unfairness, and her fury was evident. Many claimed that Henyard supporters were purposefully excluded from the event because buses transporting her voters arrived late, trapping them outside the auditorium. Those who did make it inside were met with a space that could only accommodate 600 people, making many feel disenfranchised. The actual caucus, which lasted only 7 minutes and selected the nominees by a voiced vote, was nothing short of chaos. To guarantee their attendance, pre-registered Paris fans were led into the auditorium early. In the meantime, Henyard's camp asserted that they were not informed of important guidelines and protocols until the very last minute. Her lawyer, Max Solomon, contended that the process was rigged, accusing Harris of tampering with the system to deny Henyard's camp's opportunities.
An example of people as puppet masters trying to control the narrative.
Stated with confidence that the procedure was followed and that the results were as expected. He defended the use of a caucus, pointing out that although it may be new to some residents of Thornton Township, it is a common practice in other parts of Illinois, and that many other townships throughout the state have followed this tradition.
I mean, it always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always 10,000 residents come and vote for township government.
Her two alternatives when her name was removed from the Democratic ballot in the dust-settled Henyard were to run as an independent or start a write-in campaign, but she remained defiant in the face of the loss.
If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in?
One of her supporters, Keith Price, said she was confident she could still prevail. He stated confidently, "I believe enough people are aware of her name to write it in," but the caucus call was only the beginning for Henyard. A string of scandals and incidents that have attracted close public and media attention have tarnished her political career. Claims of extravagant expenditure. Her time as mayor of Dothan and supervisor of Thornton Township has been marred by corruption and harsh leadership. Reports have arisen accusing Henyard of using public funds to pay for pricey outings, dinners, and even personal styling services. In one case, it was discovered that she spent more than $43,000 on Amazon in a single day using a Village credit card.
There are perception issues with it that are right to get attention. Will the court look at those perception issues? Probably not, but the voters certainly should.
Her handling of Dothan's finances has also come fired, according to a preliminary review headed by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Dalton's general fund balance had fallen from over $5 million in 2022 to over $3 million in deficit by the middle of 2024. The inquiry turned up dubious expenses, such as police personnel receiving excessive overtime compensation and money being being embezzled for personal use. In addition to her problems, Henyard's detractors have called her leadership a disgrace to the town and even called her the worst mayor in America. Henyard has been accused of retaliating against her opponents for political reasons. She has been accused by a number of nearby companies of utilizing Dalton's police force to carry out pointless raids and cancel licenses as a kind of discipline. One business owner described the experience as harassment after claiming to have been singled out for harassment after declining to donate to a civic event sponsored by Henyard. Additionally, the mayor's employment of police personnel as her personal security detail has drawn criticism, with some claiming that it takes funds away from public safety.
I've said for a while, it's like, grassroots. It was organic when a lot of this thing started at the township, where the people were, just showing their display.
At a recent Doden Village Board meeting, Henyard responded to these accusations with unreserved defiance, declaring, "Like it or not, I am your mayor," vowing to win re-election in a landslide. Despite this, she hasn't done much to calm the mounting dissatisfaction among her people. Many locals have voiced their displeasure with her leadership, pointing to her harsh manner and lack of openness during one meeting when she presented a clear graphic depiction of the gap between Henyard and the community she represents, and attendees turned away.
We had a caucus and the people voted for slated candidates to represent them.
The increasing dissatisfaction has also led to contentious discussions among the trustees, several of whom have openly disagreed with Henyard over her spending patterns and management style. Jason House, a trustee and mayoral candidate, has been among her most outspoken detractors. He underlined the need for greater transparency in local government, citing Henyard's repeated refusal to share financial records with the board and the unusual alliances among her opponents. Trustees who were previously split along political lines have reportedly united to introduce new accountability measures aimed at curtailing her power. One such initiative is an ordinance that would require monthly reviews of village credit card statements by an independent auditor. Although Henyard has dismissed these efforts as petty distraction, the move has gained significant traction among community members eager to see a change in leadership.
Top in South Suburban Dalton.
Of course, we are talking about Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Meanwhile, the concerns surrounding Henyard are having a ripple effect. One resident who attended the postponed township meeting last week questioned how she could effectively lead two governments when both are in total chaos. This is in addition to the criticism she has received from residents of Dalton-Thoron Township, which she also oversees as supervisor, who say her dual roles are causing a governance bottleneck. The controversies surrounding Henyard have also spread to her personal life, with reports claiming that she and her partner Kamal Woods are facing a conviction from their rented home for failing to pay rent since August. Their landlord has accused them of changing the locks and refusing to communicate, leaving her thousands of dollars in AAR. Her critics claim that her inability to balance responsibilities is contributing to the dysfunction in both Doden and Thoron Township, further alienating her from the communities she was elected to serve. The irony of a public official making nearly $300,000 a year struggling to pay rent has not gone unnoticed.
We are awaiting Mayor Henyard to arrive. We'll give another 5 minutes.
Despite these difficulties, Henyard maintains her air of confidence and has vowed in a recent Facebook video to speak the truth and reveal the alleged wrongdoings of her opponents in order to fight back against what she believes to be a concerted attempt to harm her political career. Tiffany Henyard stated rhetorically, "What the hell are they doing that they don't want us to know about her?" in response to the attention that she was receiving. The public's response to defiance has been divided. While some fans applaud her tenacity, others view her as a representation of all that is wrong with local politics. One commentator summed up the opinion of many, saying that a lady should be detained and have her belongings seized before being sentenced to life in jail. Another commenter was less sympathetic, noting that she didn't have a chance to say anything. Felicia,
The disrespect that you guys displayed at that mic is unbelievable.
the future of Henyard is still up in the air as she deals with the fallout from her most recent political setback. Will she be able to maintain her position as mayor of Doden in the face of growing scandals and investigation? Or will the weight of her scandals ultimately put an end to her political career? For now, one thing is certain, it remains to be seen if Tiffany Henyard's defiance will result in her redemption or in her destruction. Do you believe that Henyard is a victim of political sabotage, or is she just suffering the repercussions of her actions? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below, and check back soon for additional developments on this developing drama.